Good morning, my wild and beautiful friends. I'm so glad you're here. Today we're talking Brussels sprouts, the kind of Brussels sprouts that are sure to convert even the pickiest of eaters. Keep on watching to see how we make them. Okie dokie, guys. First things first, you're going to need to get yourself some Brussels sprouts. I've got about 15 here. They've been sitting in my fridge for a minute. I've been meaning to make this video for a while. And so some of the leaves are looking a little bit on the verge. But if you peel back a couple of the layers, typically, if they're still good, you're going to be able to expose some really nice green Brussels sprouts. So don't pitch them, just peel them a little bit, and you'll be good to go. Now that they're all looking nice and green and cleaned up, I'm going to remove the stem, and then I'm going to slice them, depending on the size, in about 3 to 4 slices. And this way we're going to get more surface area to brown all those edges. And I think the browning is really what's going to give us a ton of flavor. So these larger ones I'm going to slice into 4 slices. The smaller ones I'll do it into 2 or 3 until I've got them all broken down. Typically this is a recipe I will make for the holidays, so I would use a lot more Brussels sprouts, probably about 2 pounds, but I'm just making this for myself, so I'm sticking with a little bit. I will, of course, type down below what the larger portion looks like, and you can half it or double it or whatnot. Then I'm going to blanch these little babies in salted boiling water for 2 minutes tops. We just want to cook them a little bit so they'll be easier to fry later. Then I'm going to cool them down in a little ice bath and a colander in my sink. If you know anything about ice baths, this is a little bit of a makeshift situation here, but it'll work. We really just want to stop the cooking process. So I've got them in my colander here. I'm just smushing them around to get them nice and cooled off. We don't want to lose any of those little yummy bits. That's what's going to get nice and crispy and full of flavor when we fry them up in our frying pan. So while those are draining, I want to get as much of that moisture out. I'm going to toast up some pine nuts here. All of the add-ins that we're adding to our Brussels sprouts, you can of course find all year round, but during the holidays and into January, they tend to be on sale because they're very much in season. So I got these pine nuts for a good deal. I'm just toasting them up on medium heat. As soon as oils start to release and you smell that roastiness, you're looking pretty good. Keep an eye on them. I've burnt so many nuts and seeds this way. So keep a watch. We're also going to seed a pomegranate. If you want to see a hack for how to seed a pomegranate real quick, click the link above. Now we got pomegranate seeds. We've got some toasted pine nuts. I've got a frying pan. I'm going to add about 3 tablespoons of olive oil and let it get nice and hot. And I'm going to slowly add in our drained Brussels sprouts. It's going to get really poppy here. We want it to really fry up. If you're doing a larger batch, definitely fry these in batches. You don't want to overload the pan. You want to be able to get a nice char on all edges of these Brussels sprouts. So I'm just tossing them around on medium to medium-high heat until they get a nice brownness on them. As our Brussels sprouts are frying on up, I'm going to add in a little bit of salt, and I'm also going to start removing our little brown bits of the little pieces of Brussels sprout before they get too dark until everything is nice and brown and we've got a lovely little pile of Brussels sprout. And then we're going to add on some ingredients that are just going to take this to the next level. I have found a new vegan feta that I think I might even like more than the Vala Life. It's Follow Your Heart. The texture is so much more like feta. It's nice and crumbly and it has a serious zing to it. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit on top. This is going to give us a zing factor, of course, but also some creaminess. And by all means, this is a point where you do you. Use as much or as little of all of these ingredients as you'd like. I tend to go heavy on the pomegranate seeds myself because it has a nice little crunch and it pops and it has a sweetness, obviously. So I'm also going to sprinkle on our toasted pine nuts. This adds an element of crunch, but also a lovely butteriness. So sprinkle those on, and then this is where I go a little hog wild. Add some pomegranates. I'm going to go easy on it so you can see what it looks like, and then when I eat it, I'll probably add some more on. But look how festive that is. This is the perfect holiday dish. It's great in the winter. It's like a hearty, warm salad. I promise you, even the pickiest of eaters may actually like these Brussels sprouts. I've had a lot of family that's been converted to the side of the Brussels. And this is also a perfect way to kick off the new year with a healthy dish. I can totally eat this as a dinner, a giant bowl of Brussels sprouts. So good for you. So much flavor in these little guys. Look how cute that is too. It just looks so beautiful. Anywho, I hope you guys give this a try. I hope you're having a lovely new year so far, and I hope you're staying safe and healthy, and I can't wait to talk to you soon. Cheers.